Families of those killed when Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 was shot down over Ukraine have for the first time seen wreckage of the plane in the Netherlands. Relatives traveled to the Gilze-Rijen military air base on Tuesday to see the charred remains of the aircraft. All 298 people on board the flight from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur were killed. Dutch civil and criminal investigations are trying to establish the cause of last year's disaster. Pieces from the aircraft were brought to the base in the south of the country late last year as part of the inquiry into why the Malaysia Airlines Boeing 777 on July 17. A preliminary inquiry report in September said objects had pierced the plane at high velocity. The Dutch prosecutor leading the criminal case said on Tuesday that the inquiry was focusing on suspicion that the flight was downed by a Buk surface-to-air missile launcher, although it was too early to rule out other possibilities. The parts were spread across 3 hangars and included wings, wheels, pieces of fuselage and overhead luggage bins. Some fragments were scorched black by fire, while other parts of the plane's thin metal body were scratched, twisted, and torn. Around 500 family members are expected to view the wreckage over the course of the week. Silene Fredericks Hoogsand, whose son, Bryce, and his girlfriend, Daisy Ohlers, were on board the flight, will visit on Saturday. She said, "It brings it very close to home. It is where they spent their last hours." The Dutch Safety Board is leading the civilian probe and says the final report is likely to be published in October. Its spokeswoman Sarah Vanuage said experts were due to start piecing together the parts to help investigators assess the damage and definitively establish the cause. Officials denied a report by Dutch public broadcaster NOS that police and prosecutors were being frustrated by the AIVD intelligence service withholding information. Sources within the inquiry team were concerned about a lack of political will to bring the perpetrators to justice, NOS said. Its unconfirmed report said the inquiry's results were pointing in one direction, that MH17 was brought down by a Buk surface-to-air missile launcher, probably fired by Russian soldiers and brought into Ukraine from Russia shortly before the disaster. The Russian government and pro-Russian rebels have denied involvement and have blamed Ukrainian forces in the area at the time.